Am I paid to campaign for Buhari and APC? Well, I've answered this so many times. Number one, I would not be campaigning for APC because they have not impressed me with their results. I would not be supporting Buhari because I've not been. They have done lower than I expected. But when the choice is between Buhari and Atiku, I will not just support Buhari, but I will fight hard so that Atiku will never be elected as the president of my country. And it's my right to do that as a citizen. And so the other question is, okay, have I been paid? Do I look like somebody that could be bought? Do I really look like somebody that could be bought by anybody? Do you think there is any amount of money that anybody could pay me for my position or to manipulate me? Who do you think you are dealing with? Then go and read my biography. Go and read my history, my story. I have fought Putin in Russia. I have fought communism. I have fought, Marxist, Leninist philosophies. I have challenged a whole nations of superpower. A superpower. I have personally raised 200 millionaires in US dollars. I have, in this country, I was having 100,000 people following me who are members of my church. I have mayor, the governors, members of my church, members of parliament, senators. I have gone to Japan and made Japanese senators to stand on their knees before God, weeping and crying, receiving Christ. I have done the same thing in the Senate of Knesset of Israel. I have gone to UN and made ambassadors of over 100 countries weep. Nigeria is too small compared to where I'm coming from. Nigeria is too insignificant. Nobody, nothing in Nigeria could impress me at all. Everything I do for Nigeria is just a sacrifice, just for you to know. Everything is a sacrifice. I am hurting myself to take a stand to speak for Nigeria. Anything I'm doing regarding Nigeria, I'm losing every day. It's costing me high. Not that I'm going to be paid. Nobody can pay me from Nigeria. It's not just I'm not being paid. I am losing everything. I am spending too much. So to think that I'm being paid is insultive. But on the other hand, is it God that told me to do what I'm doing? No, God didn't tell me to go and fight Atiku. God didn't tell me to go and support APC. It is my conscience that is telling me to do what I'm doing. And it is the truth that is telling me to do what I'm doing. Also, it is common sense that is telling me to do what I'm doing. I'm a person of common sense from God's perspective. I'm a person of truth and justice. I'm a person that lives from inside out, by conscience. I'm not a person that's controlled from what is coming from outside in, but I live from inside out. I'm a person of convictions. Those are the things that are making me to do what I'm doing. There is no way I will see the facts on the ground, and the facts on the ground are the fact that, number one, for the past 6 years, the past 6 years before Buhari came to power, the PDP government, where Jonathan was the president, for 4 years, and then 2 years when the other guy, Yar'Adua, was there. That 6 years, they made 383 billion from oil alone. Nigeria made, that is the highest amount of money Nigeria ever made. That, can you imagine? The GDP of Nigeria is 500 billion. All Nigeria economy is 500 billion. But 300, and that is before they came. But when they were there, they made almost the same amount of money, equal to the GDP of Nigeria in 6 years. The amount of money they made alone in the 6 years they were there is equal, almost equal, 80% of the whole GDP of Nigeria. And no road was finished. No bridge was completed. No railway was constructed. No new city was. You see, if you go to Dubai, you know the tallest building in the world is costing, it was built for like, was it 2 billion something? Or 4 billion or something, maybe less than 5 billion. We could have built Dubai. We could have built cities like Dubai in every region of Nigeria with the money that only came in during Jonathan time. And nothing to show. At the same time, when they were making that 383 billion, you know what was happening? They were having no money in the pocket. 383 billion in 4 to 6 years, and they didn't even have money to do road, to build hospital, and they didn't have money not just to build road and hospital, they didn't even have money to do anything, so much that they had to go and borrow. They were borrowing at the same time to pay salaries. And you want to tell me to support that PDP to come back? You want to tell me to support that PDP to come back? I have too much sense to do that. I have too much common sense to do that. I have too much conscience to do that. And I'm too committed to the truth and justice to make that happen. Besides them borrowing, so the 386 or 83 billion, we don't know. No account for it. No, it's not accounted for. Disappeared. But apart from that, before they came in, Obasanjo was there, and Obasanjo was able to accrue $60 billion in the reserves, in the foreign reserves of Nigeria. Even that one, apart from the 383 billion that they squandered, they went into the reserve.
Child. No.
And depleted the 60 billion that one put there. By the time this new government came, it was only 20 something that was left. So that's why the foreign reserves fell. That's why our money fell. We think it fell because of Buhari. No, it is because of what they did. You know, people in Nigeria now are complaining that we have economic recession, we have poverty, but it's because of what they did. It is what was done yesterday. There is cause and effect. If you're having an effect right now, it's not because of what you are doing right now. Sure. It's because of what was done before now. It is what the effect of what these people are doing now will only be felt in the next 3, 4, 5 years. True. But what we are feeling now is the effect of what the people who are there before have done.
True.
I am a thinking person. If people are calling me fools, I'm reading their comments. They are calling me fool, stupid, all these kind of names. I'm hearing them. But I will not allow people who are less informed to come and rule over me who is better informed. Can you imagine that? Let me give you another statistic. For capital development, we have recurrent expenditure, then we have capital expenditure. So capital expenditure during the time of all those 6 years, you know, for road construction and infrastructure construction, is only 18 billion they put there. to build road and for works and roads and infrastructure, for everything. 18 billion is what they put. Not dollars, naira.
Naira.
Is what they put for the 6 years. That's their budget for something, and they don't even spend it. But this one alone, this is the first government that they put 385 billion to spend, and they are getting it. And the money, the income that is coming, the money that is coming in from oil now is 3 times less than the money that was coming in before. So the money reduced, the income reduced 3 times, but the budget that these people are doing is 2 times, almost 2 times more than the budget. So from the 380 something billion, they are not even doing budget. It's not even going to the budget. These ones are making 3 times less money, and their budget is 2 times the one that were making 3 times more money.
That's just common sense.
I mean, and you want them to come back? I would say, so other people are saying, why am I then not supporting other people? Why is it that I'm not supporting, for example, today I have Moghalu coming at 5 o'clock, British time, and 6 o'clock Nigerian time, 7 o'clock Ukraine time. We have Kingsley Moghalu going to be here on the program with me. I'm going to interview him. So why is it that I'm not campaigning for him? Why is it that I'm not campaigning for Sowore? Why is it that I'm not campaigning for other people that I believe in? I believe in them, but I'm not campaigning for them because they cannot win. I'm not stupid. Campaigning for them will mean that I should put all my energy, somewhere that it's not going so that, Atiku will win. No, my focus right now is that those people who destroy the country will not come back again to come and keep on their destruction. And I've already spoken about Atiku, why I would not allow him, because I have an article I've written on that. I have a video I've done on that. So I will not even talk about that. But I'm saying why I'm campaigning and supporting. I would rather that Buhari will remain, because what they are doing is makes much more sense. Is they on the right path? Yeah, are they perfect? Of course they are not perfect. Yeah, I just told you in the beginning that I'm not satisfied by their record. But compared to what we had, it's still much better than that. And they're on the right path. I would rather let them remain until the young people are ready to win an election than support the ones that are destroying the country.
Wow.